yourself sitting in your favorite room, guitar in hand, and improvising the blues, expressing yourself freely. That was one of my goals. And today I'm going to share the steps that helped me achieve that. You'll learn to slide into notes, connect positions on the guitar, and accompany yourself at the same time. By the end you will skating up and down the fingerboard. We'll start by playing the most classic blues riff of all time. Although the initial riff may seem simple, the lesson will step by step become more demanding. You can play the blues riff we're going to play today with a straight feel, which means we divide one beat in half. But you can play it also in a triplet feel, which is what we will do for the rest of the lesson today. Triplets divide the beat into 3 equal parts. We can play the riff with 3 triplets each note. Or with the so-called swung 8 notes. In the later case, the first note is 2 triplets long, while the second one is 1 triplet long. So it will sound like this. Now we are going to use this pentatonic position. This pentatonic position looks very symmetrical. The 2 outer strings have the same fingering and the middle strings also share the same fingering. Now we play the riff on beats 1 and 2 and solo on beats 3 and 4 with quarter notes and half notes. Now we use triplet 8s and normal triplets to solo. Especially if you're using a distorted sound like I use today, it's really important that you mute the strings after you played them to control the length of them. So you use the palm of your hand, put it after you play it, like this. Now we're going to use the most popular pentatonic scale, this one in the 5th position. To use this pentatonic scale with our riff, we have to shift positions. It's important to move the hand up to the 5th position like this. We can practice it on every string at first like this. Or we go to the higher note from the position, like this. And so on. Now let's solo as before and use this pentatonic scale. We are going to connect both positions. Both positions share together that they have a note on the 5th fret on all strings. Now let's start in the 3rd fret of the 1st position on the 1st string. Strum the string and slide with the index finger into the 5th position without strumming it again. This connects both notes. This is one of the many so-called legato techniques on guitar. It's inspired by the voice. The voice can connect two notes without a gap between them, like this. Da. And the opposite to that would be staccato. Da, da. Now we can practice this with every string. We play now the riff from before, slide up to the 5th position, and then we solo further on that position, like this. Next we do the same thing but slide down from the 5th fret to the 3rd or 2nd fret. The important thing to remember is that the first finger should be the one making the slide. Here's what it sounds like. If you are new to the slide technique, here are 2 important tips to practice. Many students tend to fixate their eyes on the starting point of the slide rather than the destination for the slide. To prevent this, focus on the fret where you want to end up. Example, here is the 5th fret. Try to stop your hand exactly at that spot, instead of just moving it in that direction. In the beginning, practice it while singing loud, like this. Da. Later, you sing in your mind, normally. It's essential to clearly understand how this technique should sound while playing it. Often a beginner will make the mistake that the rhythm of the slide is not clear. But if you have a clear rhythmic idea in your head, your fingers will move accordingly. To make our soloing even more flexible, we can use open strings with the 2 pentatonic positions. Although the open note on the B string is not part of the pentatonic scale, it still works well. By learning this technique, we can explore a wide range of ideas and move freely up and down the neck, from the fret 1 to fret 8. We are skating up and down the neck. To avoid being overwhelmed in the beginning with all the possibilities, we can use specific string sets. For example, we can start with these 2 strings and then expand from there. Now we can go to the next string set. And to the last one, those 2. Now we are going to use the so-called 12-bar blues form. The blues form can be seen as 3 sets of 4 bars. The first 2 sets feel like a verse, while the last 4 bars feel like a chorus. Many of the lyrics on the blues are constructed in that way. Where there is the A chord, we are going to play the riff from before. Where there is the D chord, we're going to play the riff like this on the D and G string. Where there is the E chord, we're going to play the riff like this on the A and E string. Now we are going to apply all the things we learned earlier on the blues form. We will play a riff on beats 1 and 2 and solo on 3 and 4, except for the 4th bar from every section, where we will solo for a longer period to connect the sections together. So the whole thing with all our techniques should sound like this. This was part 3 of how to play alone and improvise. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and watch the next video to learn more about these first steps.